What is going on, college basketball fans? Today we got some big time news to talk about because a couple of days ago, New Mexico State came out and said that they are not playing any more college basketball games for the remainder of the season, and they are unsure if and when their men's college basketball program will be back up and running. If I had to guess, I'd say hopefully by next season they can get it together with a complete restart. But there is a huge story going on behind this. I'm going to break it down for you guys and give you guys my thoughts and opinions about it. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new. We have daily college basketball content here on the channel. We're getting super close to March Madness, so do that. And yeah, guys, let's get started. So this is not something that happens all the time for a Division I college basketball team to just suspend the remainder of their season and their entire program right in the middle of the year. There's a huge story going on around this, and I'm going to break it down. So the main reason they will not be playing another game this season is because of multiple reports of alleged hazing going on within the men's college basketball program there at New Mexico State. And this has been mainly happening in the locker rooms and on road trips. So I'm not going to say any names in this video, but the victim reported that one specific situation, he was pushed down to the ground or tackled to the ground, where 3 of his teammates removed his clothes and were doing physical sexual harassment that obviously he did not want. And the victim also came out and said that this has been happening since last July or August. So this has been happening for quite some time, and it is finally being reported and investigated. And the commissioner of the WAC conference and also the chancellor of New Mexico State University came to an agreement and said that this program just has to be done for the remainder of the year, or they're unsure if or when their basketball program will be back up and running, but it is best for the physical and mental health of the students, the players, everyone involved, the victim especially, that they just suspend the remainder of this basketball season. That is not all. This goes all the way back to October, when New Mexico State power forward Mike Peake gets into a fight at the New Mexico versus New Mexico State football game in Albuquerque. And later, a couple of weeks later, New Mexico State's basketball program travels to Albuquerque to face New Mexico. And those same guys that Mike Peake was in a fight with had a girl, messaging Mike Peake or talking to Mike Peake, and he thought that he was going out late that night at 3 a.m. to hook up with this girl, but this girl was actually plotting with those 3 guys to lure Mike Peake in, and so they can kind of get a revenge beat on him for that fight at the football game. Well, apparently one of those 3 guys, the New Mexico students, had a bat, was hitting Mike Peake, and one of them actually shot Mike Peake in the leg. So Mike Peake actually had a gun of his own apparently, and turned around and shot and killed one of the New Mexico students that lured him out and beat him. So after this goes on, some of Mike Peake's teammates picked him up and they put the gun in the car and they drove away. And whenever there was a police investigation going on about this, New Mexico State was trying to head back home on the bus and leave without talking to the police at all. And their head coach was actually trying to hide the gun and evidence from the police. So this is crazy. The head coach really was trying to save his players, but there is a lot of stuff going on. But after this was happened here in November, they were allowed to keep going with this investigation and continued to play throughout their games. It wasn't until just a few days ago, when the hazing reports came out, that they decided to suspend the program for the remainder of the year. So this is just an insane story. I definitely want to hear what you guys think about it down below in the comment section, but I'm going to give you guys my thoughts about this right now. So I think, obviously head coach, all the coaches involved in this, and probably just everyone needs to be fired that is involved with this situation. There are already 2 freshmen at New Mexico State that are transferring away after this has happened, and This program just needs a complete reset, complete new coaches in here, coaches that can, deal with this stuff, because it is happening in the locker room. And is the coach not, seeing this happen? Like, I don't understand. This is Greg Heyer's first year as New Mexico State's head coach. We all know they had Chris Jans there last season, who is now the head coach of Mississippi State. And New Mexico State, just last season, they pulled off a 12-5 upset in the NCAA tournament. And now their program, isn't really a thing anymore, which is absolutely insane. This is a crazy story, and like I said, all the coaches need to be involved. All the people that were, hazing the victim need to be, accounted for, and probably aren't going to play basketball again, which is kind of what they deserve. And hopefully the victim is okay, and with his mentally and physically, everyone involved, hopefully they're okay. And actually, former head coach of New Mexico State, Chris Jans, came out and said that he hopes everyone is okay. He's very sad for everyone involved, and he's sad for the New Mexico State fans, because they are a very passionate fan base, and just a very sad situation going on there at New Mexico State. But I think that they can probably get, some complete new coaching staff in there, get some guys throughout a transfer portal, get some new players in there, and maybe get their program back up and running before the start of next season. Maybe they take another season off, but I'm not sure at this point. But just hopefully everyone involved is okay. But that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, this crazy situation, down below in the comment section. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching.